Now, I have been doing this for 5 years now. What, you ask? I don't know. Whatever the hell I want. What they call an entrepreneur. I hate that word. I think it's so pretentious. But I've learned a lot of things. And if you're trying to go into business and you're not finding a whole lot of success, I have a few tips for you. Number one, you're probably trying too hard to be a business person. You know, drive, stick up your ass, you know. Business could be two people sitting in a damn Taco Bell lobby. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's not fancy costumes and big offices and all this other stuff. That's just theatrics. I mean, that's just, you know, once you got it like that, you just kind of make things a little nicer. But you're trying too hard to be a business person, and it's turning people off because you just come across as like a crummy used car salesman. No, be a real human being. Here's the thing. You can't just make money out of nothing. You need to find a problem that people have or find something that people like and supply it to them. And it's really just that simple. And if you give people a good deal on it and you're pleasant to deal with, then you'll never have to worry about anything. And they'll tell their friends about you and they'll call you. And sooner or later, you'll have more than you know what to do with. But you can't make money the point. And the reason, of course, why you can't make money the point is that when you make money the point, then the point becomes the money. And you'll do anything. You'll sell crappy products, or you'll cut corners, or you'll rip people off. And, you know, it doesn't matter as long as you're making more money, because that's all you care about. It's your bottom line. Well, when you do that, people see right through you. People are a lot more transparent than they think they are. I can walk into a room within about 20 seconds. I can figure out whether or not I can trust you through body language alone. You really don't even have to speak to me. And sooner or later, as you deal with people, you pick up on stuff like this, and you learn to trust your intuition. So that's one thing. Another would be you're doing just too many things. You're doing too many things. You're spreading yourself too thin, running yourself ragged, and you're doing them poorly. I'm guilty of this 100%. I mean, you guys see everything that I have going on, from the plants, the cactus, the chickens, the mushrooms, working up here at the tattoo shop, my online store stuff, you know, all of these things. It's a lot to keep up with. Website, all the social medias, good grief. And I would probably do well to whittle that down a little bit as time goes on. In my 20s, I turned 30 this year. In my 20s, I tried to just push it as far as I could go and just see how much I could get done. And then once you get there, back it off a little bit. So that's probably another thing. You're probably doing too many things and you're doing them poorly. And you think that you need to be doing all this stuff. But if you just pick one thing and you get so great at it that you are the best anywhere around, I mean, you're going to have business, and people are going to talk about you, and you're going to become well known. And last but not least, have a plan and stick to it. Okay, children do what feels nice, or what tastes good. Teenagers do what feels nice. Adults make a plan and stick to it. You need a plan. It needs to be a good plan, and you need to stay with it. If you have a budget, stick to your budget. Don't go crazy with things. Another thing that I would suggest is, and this may not be for everybody, but I can only imagine if I had went out and borrowed all the money that I needed to get to where I am today in one day, and then had to spend the next 5 or 10 years paying it off, I would just hate it. I mean, just personally, just wouldn't. You know, every week I make money and I gotta go hand it off to somebody else. You see, if you don't have any money to get started at the very beginning, then use credit, assuming you haven't ruined yours yet. I mean, that's what I did. I grew up relatively poor. My parents didn't have much money, and they damn sure weren't giving any to me. I always had to work. So, you know, to kind of get the capital together to actually get the materials I needed to get started, absolutely. I maxed out a credit card. But then I also made my payments, and they increased my limits, and I got a hold of a few more of them. But eventually what you want to do is you want to pay off all that debt, get out from underneath a lender, and then just invest your income. Who is that? Is that Dave Ramsey? I can't remember his name. Your number one wealth building tool is your income. It is. You never hear about these millionaires. They get there by saving their income. They don't get there by handing their money off to a creditor every week. So you want to get out from underneath that as quick as you can. So I've always allowed things to kind of just grow organically. You know, if it's becoming really popular, or if it's doing really well, then I invest more money in that and kind of back off on some other things. And I kind of, you know, follow it around like that. But don't just go out and, I mean, especially if you don't even have a plan together, or you don't have your clientele base, and you don't really know how the process is going to go. Don't go sink $100,000, $500,000 into it. You got to see how it's going to do first. Otherwise, you're going to wind up with a lot of debt. And then as time goes on, you build your office, and you upgrade this, and you make this more efficient, and all of that other stuff. When I first started growing mushrooms 5 years ago, I mean, I literally had a pressure cooker and a upside down tote with 2 holes cut in the side of it that I could do my culture work in front of. I didn't have any of this fancy sterilization equipment. I didn't have a flow hood. I didn't have any of this stuff. But had I waited until I had all of that stuff to get started, I would have never gotten there, because it was so expensive. I had to start somewhere. And that's the other thing. If you're just starting out, and especially if it's something that's kind of new to you, that you're not really even skillful at yet, the way that farming was for me, be kind to yourself. Give yourself a little time. Not too much time. Don't dig a damn hole that you can't get out of. But give yourself a little time and be kind to yourself. And remember, you might make $2,000 today. You might sit around for the next 10 days and not make anything. And if you can't handle that, and you just want consistent money every week, you don't care about how much taxes you have to pay and all that other good stuff, just go get a salary somewhere. Just go get a 9 to 5, good hourly wage or a good salary, and just be done with it. But I'm telling you, this is stressful, and it's not easy. And it's not easy on you, and it's not easy on your family. It's not easy on the people around you. I am extraordinarily stressed out a lot of the time. Make no mistake. But anyway, here's just a few tips. I hope this helps somebody out there. Like I said, been doing this for a while, and it's working out pretty good. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.